So welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you, what Google Trends is, how it works, and then also how to create, like a interactive dashboard using Google Trends search data. So just imagine, the internet as, like a massive crowd of people constantly talking, searching for answers, asking questions. So every time, each one of us type something into the Google search box, it's like, we are actually sending a signal to the air. So basically, now Google Trends works as, like a giant thermometer. So basically, measures, like the temperature of the internet. I would say like, I would give you like an analogy, like say like a temperature of the internet. What people are searching for, how relevant they are. I think maybe, let's say, the locations, right? The locations and maybe the relative popularity. So Google Trends is such a, index that measures, our search queries all over the world. And then, we can now get this data for free. And I would say that, the goal doing this is to take our probably strategy to the next level. So imagine, so we can still rely on the original data, original setup, original website, or Google Trends. But, by downloading this data, then rebuild, different dashboard, we can actually take our decision-making process probably to the next level, okay? So let's take a look. We search Google Trends as we are going to actually now type something in the search box, googletrends.com. So I'm going to search, let's say, home insurance. Okay. So I zoom, this is probably something that is that was trending. And I want to see maybe the average or maybe the relative popularity for the last 30 days. Okay. And then you see here, it basically shows that, people search interest, was going up. But let's imagine we want to see a search interest in different regions. Okay. And we can click a sub-region here and we can select metro or city. But let's click a download icon. So we can download this spreadsheet. Okay. So now as we download this spreadsheet, we're gonna open it. Right? And we want to see what our data set looks like. So we have two columns, and we want to remove the first two rows because basically they're irrelevant. And so we can, let's say by doing this, we can actually process data and then feed it to our platform. Okay, so now the data set is ready. And then we come here, we type Tableau public. Okay, so the reason we use Tableau public is that, it's usually beginner friendly. And also it gives you more functionalities than, like a traditional Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so make sure you register, usually it's for free. And I would just usually register with my personal account. And then, once register login, I think here on the top left side, you see web authoring or create. I think drop down menu web authoring. Okay. Let's click this option. I think you see we are going to upload the data set. I think you see here the data set is here. I think, make sure you refresh. Okay. Once the data set is ready, click update now. So we refresh the page. Okay. So you see, basically, as we refresh, we're going to see two columns. So now you need to have a little bit knowledge about data structure. So basically, our variable, the first variable, which which is named ABC. So that being said, we don't want to have a column that is showing, let's say, uh, a string value, which will not be able to help us map the locations. Okay, so Tableau actually have built-in functionalities or features which allows us to convert this kind of text column to locations. Okay, let's click, here I do it again, the downward arrow. And then, we click, we select geographical rule. And then you see here the menu, we are going to select state / province. Okay. So now you see if you click update now, we're going to see, the state names. And then you see the Earth icon here for the first column. The second column, just numerical values, it should be fine. Okay. So now the next story is that, we are going to build a map. Okay. To build a map, again, so we already process data. Yeah, we already finished processing data. So now, we need to build a map. Okay. To build a map, we will follow some easy steps. First, we drag, latitude to the rows. And then we drag, longitude to the columns. And then once we finish this step, we need to drag, let's say regions to the, to the marks panel. Okay, drag regions to the marks panel. So now you're gonna see some dots, 51 dots, 51 states, okay, which correspond to 51 states. So now, this is not ready because, we see the locations. We still need to make sure we, add one more layer of information, which will be home insurance search volume. Okay. So now, I think a little trick I do here is usually like a click show me. I think, here we have first row, second row. For, second row, I'm going to select the second map, which shows you, like a map with shaded areas. Okay, let's select the second one. So you see this is a map. And then, let's say you can also double check if this is corresponding to like a US map. You drag, regions to the label. Okay. So now you see the state names. Okay. Now, we really don't need the state names here because we are going to actually add one more layer information, which would be home insurance search volume. Okay. So we actually now drag, our region, which would be the name or the labels back to the left side. Okay, we still keep, the region here in the marks panel. So now we drag, home insurance from the left side to, the label icon. Okay, so now you see we have 51 states, and then, we add one more layer of information. This is optional, but, I think once you do this, it makes your map visually appealing. Let's do it. So you see one click background layers, okay? And then you see here, we see a few options. We have a map with a light style background. We're gonna maybe select, all doors. So to make our map more visually appealing, okay? And then, let's say here, we look at a layer, no data layer. Maybe, we want to select, let's say age, or maybe, let's say we want to select the housing unit, household income, right? So for me, I'm to actually, search household income, okay? Household income. So now you see here, our map is almost ready, but unfortunately, the color difference between, the last layer and also our original background is not that clear. We want to make sure we change the layer for demographics to like from, blue-green sequential to, let's say, maybe brown sequential, right? So now, maybe this layer information is probably be easier to recognize. Okay. Now you see, we can finally publish our work on the website for free. How to do it? We just click publish as, and then, we rename it Go Trends. And then, we name it as, let's say home insurance searches. We click publish. Okay. And then, let's say, yeah, we want to overwrite original one because I already did it before. So I just want to make sure I republish again. So now, it should be there. And then, let's say how to know that our dashboard is published. So we click, this, we close this page, or we exit web authoring page, and then we will see a refresh page, our profile page. So here's our profile page. Now you copy this HTML address. It should allow you to, to actually, let's say, paste it to the browser. So, your friends, your colleagues, they can see what's going on. Okay. So you see now I'm going to click my name, and then it takes me back to my profile page. And then my profile page, says this was just published. Okay. This was just published. Home insurance searches. Okay. Home insurance searches. You see, search volume, relative search volume, is as high as 100, right? So maybe, you can do some Google searches and identify if something just happened in Wyoming, and maybe some fire, accident, disasters or natural disasters, right? Maybe, because this higher search volume may actually represent business opportunities, right? So I think, let's say it can be as low as 31, but remember this is a weighted average index. And also, you need to compare the index with other states so you get a whole picture of what's going on. Is it relatively high or relatively low, right? So, imagine, remember, if you do it for last 90 days, last 5 years, you may get a different map. Okay. So I think that's it. And again, so in this video, I show you how to actually download the Google Trends data and then upload to Tableau, which is a business intelligence software. And then finally, you actually build a dashboard and publish it for free at, public.tableau.com. Again, you can automate the whole process using R and Python. But Tableau is usually beginner friendly. And also, I mean, it allows you to actually easily share with your team members. Okay, so that's it. Again, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also, share with your friends if you want. So thank you for watching.